Hello everyone, it's Rafael Gutierrez. Welcome to our channel. I am the author of Off the Rails and Cirrus and the Rarest Things. Both of these are pretty much travel novels on travel novels with martial arts related to it. They are semi-auto biographical. And one of the things I'm actually going to talk about is something that I found in a Facebook post, a question that I found in Facebook post. Now I will say I do look for Facebook posts and try to find what questions people are asking, and if I haven't addressed it yet, I figure it's fair game. Now this one actually was about why people will line up in a row and move together doing one drill over and over again. And it actually has a reason. It's actually really important. But like I said, I will talk about that in a little bit, because I also want to talk about, where we are as a world. Now, most people look and say, "Oh, well, people are saying this is what people want to spend money on. This is what people watch." And look, it's the lowest form of humanity. And if it's free, a lot of people will watch the lowest form of humanity. Like I said, if you look at some of the shows on TV, yeah, I mean, you pretty much don't have any. You have people who pretty much act a certain way. And I say act in particular because most of these people who do that, that's what it is. It's an act. It's just the way it is. It's like people are acting a certain way because other people will watch this and advertiser will put money into there, and so they can make money off of it. But it is an act. I'm sure that some of these people are not as selfish or as I don't know what you want to call it, as they appear on TV. Now, what I find interesting, though, is this. If you're on Netflix, a lot of times it says what's trending, what people are actually watching. And there's two movies that I found that I watched which were trending. I didn't know anything about them until then, and I thought it was kind of interesting. One of them was The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind, which is based on a novel, which is based on a true story. And the other is The Dawn Wall, which is a documentary of two gentlemen actually, who ended up climbing the El Capitan in Yosemite, the Dawn Wall, in ways that most people had actually said it couldn't be done. And they were able to do it. The interesting thing about the Dawn Wall, besides the fact that it was kind of inspiring to see someone do something that people said couldn't be done, was it showed you who this person is. And one of the gentlemen was really an amazing person. Actually, both of them are amazing people, but one of them it dealt more with, and if you watch it, you'll see why I say he was an amazing person. The other one is The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind. Again, it's an amazing story about a boy who, it looks like he would have been about 7th, 8th grade, who wanted to go to school. His family didn't have money in Africa, and during a drought, he was able to find that he could use the solar wind to generate electricity to pump water from the earth to the farmland, to his farm. And it's actually kind of funny because he ends up saving his entire village. And I was thinking when I saw this of how do you top something like that? How do you go and say, hey, I just saved a village at 7th grade. I mean, you think about it. Most of us will never reach that level. But it does show just what someone can do with ingenuity and, I guess, necessity in many ways. Both of them actually do that. And one of the things, like I said, it's interesting is people were watching these. These are actually what people are willing to pay to watch. If you think of what's free, well, if it's free, I mean, we'll pretty much, I guess, watch any garbage. But if it's actually being paid, we want to see something that's a bit more uplifting. And it's not just on Netflix and HBO, but if you look at movies that are becoming popular, most of them have become, almost all of them have become superhero movies. You think about it, what we want to watch is people who are trying to do something better. We don't want to see the person who's doing everything for ourselves and screaming about how great they are and pounding their chest. We want the person who is going to actually pretty much be a good person. Now, going back to the original topic, why do we actually have people line up and move forward? Now, I do teach a class, and the reason I do that is because this way I can have everyone lined up doing the same technique, and I can see what everyone needs to make their martial arts better. For instance, let's say someone is learning how to do the basic punch, and they're flailing their elbow out. So when they punch, sometimes people do this. Well, the problem with coming out doing this, especially when you're trying to come out, is alignment is off and you're telegraphing what you're going to do. And so what we can do with this is we can actually watch, are they coming out and are they coming in a straight line to hide their elbow? If in our style, we tend to keep our shoulders back and down. If that's the case, we can actually see if someone's coming like this, we can tell them to bring their shoulders back and down so we can get the proper form, the proper technique. And the proper technique will help people advance quicker later on as well. Now, this isn't just done in martial art, in karate. If you go to different martial arts, if you go into a boxing studio, you'll see trainers do this. And most of the time, trainers are watching what the person's doing. I went to one gym where someone was actually not keeping their hands up. They were dropping them here. And the instructor told them, bring up, make sure you're not protecting make sure you're protecting your head, not, down here where people can punch you in the jaw as many times as they want. It is done in different arts. If you actually watch people teach a kickboxing class, again, you'll see people telling you, okay, bring your hands up, come out. If you're punching a certain way, do it this way instead. If you're kicking a certain way, modify it so you don't put pressure on your knees when you land. And so it's not one thing that is only done in karate, it's done in a lot of martial arts. Now, a lot of martial arts studios, karate, judo, almost every martial art will have a mirror in front. So when you're actually doing this, the student can watch himself. And the benefit of this is that, let's say I am telling someone, keep your elbow in and come out. Well, if they're watching and they find themselves doing this, they can use a mirror to correct their form. Now, a lot of us have actually read stories of martial arts and where certain things came from. And a lot of times, if you watch the old martial arts studios, they don't have a mirror. They pretty much are a training hall or a room, no mirror. And that's actually the old studios. That's what they were. They were just a place you could train. Somewhere along the line, someone watched dance studios. I'm going to make it on dance a little bit more later too. And they noticed that dancers were able to use mirrors and moving forward to correct what they were doing. I talked to my girlfriend who was telling me that in ballet they use a mirror a lot. They use these drills moving forward, side, and back, and they're constantly trying to fix every little error that they make. She actually made a comment which works for martial arts too. It's as you catch your errors and you fix them, you're progressing to higher and other levels. And so we actually did take the mirror from dance and brought it in. And I know a lot of people don't understand that, and there are probably some people who say, no, we've always had mirrors in studios. Well, I will tell you, if you actually go to some of the old studios, some of the old training areas, or read some of the articles, you'll notice that some of these places, most of these places, the mirror wouldn't be a convenient thing. If we do look at dance studios, you'll notice that mirrors are something that's actually pretty important. Now, I know this was short. If you have any questions, please put them down on the comments. I'm always looking for something to do, and as I run out of things to say, I try to stop saying stuff. So help me make more videos by asking questions. If you really want to help out, you can also purchase my books on Amazon. Serious and the Rarest Things, it's a trip to Okinawa. Off the Rails is what I call a modern Musha Shugyo. It was a trip going from place to place here in California, trying to find different studios and areas to train. And one of the other things I actually will suggest is, if you're on a vacation, try to do your own trips where you can actually learn other things. I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a nice day.